So, oh boy, the Democrats are really done. I'm watering a tree here that I just planted, so that's what that noise is. Um, what this USAID, I was telling you guys this morning and yesterday when the story first broke that the way to tell who's getting USAID money or USAID money in the media is based on who reports the story and who does not report the story. I turned over to Newsmax. They're going through all the details. I had the 5 on. I heard Judge Janine attacking, criticizing Elon Musk, saying he's going after Medicare. I don't know what, and really no coverage to speak of on Fox, at least not during their daytime programming. The prime time, I'll be in bed for the prime time. But here's the thing, okay? Anyone who criticizes from this point forward, because in regards to Elon Musk, this is just a rule of thumb for me, and I think this is a good rule of thumb for everyone who's MAGA, okay? Elon Musk with his the Geek Squad that he has, these young geniuses, all right? What they've uncovered with USAID is what I told you on the stream earlier today. It is the biggest financial scandal in the history of the world. It is the biggest political scandal in the history of the world. And it's certainly the biggest media scandal in the history of the world. Okay? Elon Musk has broken the biggest news story of our lifetimes, and it's barely being covered. Barely being covered. It's not a joke. I don't want to be talking about, or we're not talking about a rock Sesame Street here. Not that I'm approving of it, but there's, as an example, the story with Politico getting the money, Chelsea Clinton getting $84 million. All these stories about the celebrities getting paid millions of dollars to go see Zelensky, all these things. Now it's coming out that USAID's been giving money to George Soros. So we removed a very old dying palm tree and replaced it with this gardenia bush. And so I got to water this gardenia bush every afternoon. That's what I'm doing now because it was just planted a week ago today maybe. But anyway, USAID was paying money to George Soros. So what I'm wondering with, and I'll tell you my rule of thumb moving forward with Elon in a minute. What I'm wondering with George Soros, is it possible with all these things Soros has been involved in, he hasn't been spending any of his own money, that George Soros has been spending USAID money, and he's kind of been their front man. We're now finding out that not just was USAID paying for the NGOs, but was actually paying down in South America for the organization of the migrant caravans coming to the United States. It's endless. There's going to be non-stop things coming out. And USAID is obviously the deep state, and it's how they run everything. So my rule of thumb is this, unless something changes, and I think this is a very good rule of thumb. Elon Musk has uncovered the biggest scandal in history. I don't think there's been a scandal this big. Do you? Can you think of one? So what I'm thinking, what I'm saying is that if someone at this point forward is critical of what Elon Musk is doing, they can't be trusted. How could you criticize what he's doing right now when he's just uncovered the biggest story in history? So if anyone from this point forward, I don't care who it is, if they criticize Elon Musk, put them on the watch list of people not to trust. Do you think that's a good rule of thumb, guys? Yes or no? Because I know a lot of people had issues with Elon for some reason before, but at this point, How could you? I don't watch too much News Nation. Yeah. Yeah. No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, I was just very disappointed in the Five, the way they were covering the story. Oh yeah, there's going to be there's going to be big name people going to jail over this. Pam Bondi's going to send people to jail over this, no doubt about it. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to my channel. You'll love my content. If you go and look at my previous videos, you'll see what I mean. I'm not usually out here watering my bushes on YouTube. I'm on the radio taking live calls most of the time, or on my podcast or something. I can't wait for these gardenias to come in. They smell so good. We had a gardenia tree on the other side of the house, but got damaged in a hurricane, and that was the end of that one. No, this is an insane story. Just completely insane. And the media really don't want this story. In fact, I'm watching the media today, and the mainstream media are just killing time, struggling to get through the news cycle. I'll tell you another story too. Is who tipped off the Venezuelan the press about the raids on the Venezuelan gangs in Colorado. Tom Homan is talking to the Justice Department about that. So the press had gotten somebody in the Justice Department. We now know this. Somebody in the Justice Department leaked to the media about the raid for the Venezuelan gang members. So Tom Homan, he said he wants to see them in handcuffs. So he's going to do an investigation, and they find somebody in the Justice Department who gave out classified information like that. They're going to get arrested. He said he's going to put him in handcuffs, and I'll tell you, that is very dangerous. They could have gotten these agents killed. These Trinde guys are not the kind of guys you mess with. Not the kind of guys you mess with. I mean, they're like going up against ISIS. You know, so whoever leaked that information, that was some hardcore felonies they committed to. No doubt about it. So there's a lot going on. And yes, obviously I'm a fan. Got Elon Musk on my shirt. But if someone is critical of Elon Musk at this point, you really got to ask yourself, can I trust this person? You know, all these Spanish names I told you guys, I almost didn't graduate college because of the foreign language requirement. You know, to graduate college, you have to take 2 semesters of a foreign language. I took Spanish in high school and I failed it. And throughout my entire college life, I took Spanish a whole bunch of times. I took French. I took German. And I couldn't get through any of them. I finally got through Spanish, so I'm not going to try to even say any of these Spanish words. And luckily, the 2 semesters, there was no comprehensive final exam. It was just weekly quizzes. So I got by week to week. Oh, my goodness. So I'm not going to try to say all the Spanish words or names. Oh, yeah, they're going to get the astronaut. Elon's going to get the astronauts home sooner, too, yeah. But you know, the news media really exposed themselves today by not covering this story. I mean, am I wrong, or I know Newsmax is doing it, but are you seeing very little, next to no coverage on the USAID? They're putting this Sesame Street story out there, the Iraqi Sesame Street. Who gives a shit about that? That's a distraction. Oh, Sesame Street, the kids over there, they need the Sesame Street. You know, that's not we're not talking about things like Iraq Sesame Street, even though that's not okay. That's what we're talking about is this buying of, and owning the media and getting fake news stories because they own them. You know, paying off the politicians and their families. You know. You know, it's not about Sesame Street in Iraq that we paid for. Who cares about that? That's not the issue. And you know, the media. Alexa, off. Okay. Did I turn yours devices off too? Turned everybody's device off. Oh yeah. One is a car truck, the other one's a government agency. Exactly. I tell you, Elon Musk and his team of geniuses need to get a freaking award. And they can make their own Sesame Street, but who, you know, that's not the issue. The issue is the politicians getting all this money. And I'm really curious to know, now that we find out they've been giving money to George Soros, if that's what's been reported, is like a boogeyman. He's not spending his own money. He's been spending the USAID money, which is our tax money, to do all these things that he did. I wonder who else they've been paying. MAGA's saving America. Big time. Right, Luna? Hey, Luna. Luna. Luna's one of my cats. She's the older cat. Hey, Luna. She always comes when you call her. You want to come up here? Come here. This is Luna. Say hi, Luna. Luna. And she's over here with Pepsi. Pepsi. Come here, Pepsi. Pepsi is one of our newer cats. We have Pepsi and his brother, Coca-Cola. This is Pepsi. Say hi, Pepsi. There he goes. Yeah, they're great. Coca-Cola. Oh, here's Coca-Cola. No, he's following Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Come here. Come here, Coca-Cola. Come here. He's old camera shy. Coca-Cola. Come here, buddy. This is Pepsi's brother, Coca-Cola. Say hi, Coca-Cola. That's right. Yeah, they're all rescue kittens. These two guys, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, we got in April. Someone dumped them off on the side of the road near my brother-in-law's house, and we got them. And Luna, she's a rescue kitten too, but she's old though. She's a couple years old, but she has become their mother, and she acts like their mother, and they treat her as. We got them when they were a month old, really. They were really little. We had to feed them. Yes, I'm allergic to cats. We had to feed them kitten formula in bottles when we first got them. Never had to do that before. They're the best. Oh yeah, we're lucky to have them. They're great cats. They love it. But anyway, back to this. So I'm watching the media, who's covering it and who's not. Now let me ask you this question, because I said this today, and I want to ask you if you stand by, if you agree with me on this, yes or no. Because I've been seeing it play out today with really no coverage. It is a fact that USAID has been giving money to the media. So who's getting money and who's not? To me, the news outlets that cover the story are in the clear, and the ones that don't cover the story and avoid it, they're on the take. Is that a fair assessment? I mean, today, if you watch most of the mainstream media today, you would think it's a slow news day. This story with USAID is huge. It is the big story of today. Now, I covered it this morning in detail, okay? And President Trump had a pretty powerful post on Truth Social about it. And boom, it's an afterthought. in the mainstream media. They don't want anything to do with it. And the stories they're doing are filler stories. Like I saw Harris Faulkner earlier interviewed at Tuskegee Airmen. Now, I got a lot of respect for Tuskegee Airmen. I've met a couple in my life, and I understand it's Black History Month, but come on. Come on. They don't want... If you want the facts about what's going on with USAID, go to Elon Musk's Twitter. He's posting, or his X account. He's posting everything. I've retweeted a lot of articles about it on my X, Brian Craig Show on X. You can follow me there. I've posted a lot there, stories about it. It is very well sourced because Elon Musk's DOGE team have the books from USAID. And he goes there and then he takes a screenshot and he posts it on X. He does. He does post. He's posting. You know, it's not just that he broke the biggest news story when he uncovered this scandal. He's got the #1 most viewed news outlet in history as well, X, and he's putting everything out there. And the media are having a tough time getting through the day. There was WikiLeaks had a big story on it too. What was the one that I can't remember the one that WikiLeaks came out with, but WikiLeaks had a big story. I did post it on my X, so if you see it there. But WikiLeaks even had a big drop about this story today. Yeah, Pam Bondi is going to be on Hannity tonight. Boy, she's got a lot to do. She's going to be working 24 hours a day. She's not going to have any time to take off. She's just not, 4 years is not enough time. Oh, DOGE is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is most definitely where MAGA comes to talk. The people in the media that are not covering... Yeah, and I'll tell you the thing about Pam Bondi. I tell this to people all the time about Pam Bondi. I've met her multiple times. She's much better looking in person. I'm not saying she looks bad on TV, but television does not do her justice. She's much better looking in person. I've met a couple women like that. There was an actress I met once. Any of you guys watch Stargate SGI? You know, the Stargate television series? The original Stargate television series after the movie? Yes, I'm married. One of the actress that played the Doctor, I met her a couple times at science fiction conventions, and I got to hang out with her and a group of people. I couldn't believe it. She was like a supermodel, and on Stargate, she's kind of like a plain Jane, you know. But I was surprised. That's kind of like what it's like with Pam Bondi. She is much better looking in person. I know maybe that seems weird to say, but it's true. But the media, the mainstream media, have really exposed themselves today. They've really exposed themselves today. Well, thanks for following me, Sharon, on X. Yeah, Brian Craig Show on X. And here on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook, Brian Craig Show. I got a Facebook group there. They've really exposed themselves today. They really have. Mm-hmm. Oh, one of his guys resigned. That's fine. You know, putting a lot of pressure on these kids. You know, they're young guys. I don't have a parent company, whoever asked. Yeah, tomorrow on the program, it is open phones on Friday's show. It's open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. You can call me about anything and everything on your mind. Monday through Thursday, I kind of gotta keep control of the conversation. But on Friday, the show prep is up to you guys. No, I mean, I'm surprised how little coverage there is. You know, I'm surprised how little coverage. I thought for sure that the USAID story would be all day. There's, you know, I mean, like I know I covered it all this morning in detail, but these people on television, oh, no. You know, I think that's why the CBS dump Cabe of the Kamala interview on 60 Minutes. It was try to distract the media and people like me to talk about that instead of USAID today. Jay from Jersey is most definitely whacked. Yeah. Most definitely whacked. Yeah, he's having a meltdown over this. I remember when it came out that Wayne LaPierre and the NRA and the racket they had going with NRA funding, I was pissed because that makes us look bad. Well, this is that times infinity, but I don't support people because they're the same party that I'm in when they're doing crime or messing around with things like that. But Democrats, they don't mind. Well, what I'm waiting for is, I did in the title? Oh, what happens? Oh, you know what? That was probably autocorrect. Did autocorrect spell Dodge? It turned Doge into Dodge. I know. It did that on one of my other videos, too. Autocorrect on YouTube doesn't know Doge. I'll fix it at the end of the stream. Well, thank you, Pookie. Autocorrect misspells more words because it doesn't know every... Like, I remember when Obama first became president, autocorrect, man, you couldn't type Obama on anything because it didn't know who the freak he was. We had to go back and correct spell check. So I think it turned, when I typed in Doge, I think it probably turned it into Dodge. But I'll fix it when the stream's over. Not that it matters. This first, we haven't had a week and a half. We're just 2.5 weeks in the Trump's presidency, right? What's today? Today's Thursday, so he's been president 7, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 days. No, I'm sorry. 14, 15, 16 days. Because Inauguration Day can't do much on that. And look at everything he's done. And, these Democrats in the Senate that are holding up Kash Patel, they're just putting off the inevitable. They got nothing on him. He's going to be the FBI director. They're just putting off the inevitable. So don't worry about that. I would like him to be confirmed already, so he could get to work. But that's how these Democrats are. 17 tomorrow? Yeah, 17 tomorrow. Crazy. Alexa, what's the weather?
The current weather is 76 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for clear skies with a low of 65 degrees.
Did you guys hear that? It's 76 degrees with mostly sunny skies. I miss tomorrow. Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow?
Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Look for mostly sunny weather with a high of 84 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 67 degrees.
High of 84, mostly sunny tomorrow. Beautiful. And the president will be coming home. Isn't that awesome? Yep. No, there's no cutoff time. If Trump has to, he'll do the recess appointment, but it's going to go through. They got to, the Democrats have to act like they're fighting against somebody. But what I'm expecting to happen is there's going to be other organizations or individuals who, like Politico, aren't going to be able to make their bills or make their payrolls because they didn't get their USAID money this month, like Politico. And I'm waiting for those shoes to drop. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any others. But, tomorrow's Friday, that's payday. Well, the thing with Disney Plus, they were paying for 700,000 subscriptions to Disney Plus USAID. And the most expensive subscription is $26.99. So that's $27. So let's see. Alexa, what's 700,000 times $27?
700,000 times $27 is $18,900,000 US dollars.
That's $18,900,000 a month they were paying Disney. A month. Yeah. So, and a lot of people are, well, why are they paying for these different things? Why would they do that? Because they get an agenda. Look at what's, Disney is a textbook example of what this CIA, deep state USAID was doing, right? They're about getting agendas out. among other things. But one of the things they do is they want to get narratives out. They want to get, they want to manipulate people and societies. Look at what Disney's been doing. Disney's been putting out all these children's things with gay kids and transgendered characters and all kinds of stuff, right? They, you know, that's what led to the war between DeSantis and Disney here in the state of Florida. So people have been pissed at Disney. You know, I've been an annual pass holder at Disney for years because if you live in Florida, Disney's always been a part of Florida, and you can get an annual pass at Disney pretty reasonably if you're a Florida resident. They offer them at pretty good rates for us, and I let mine expire. I let it expire, and they have been doing things, Disney, with their trans agendas that have been turning off lifelong customers to their theme parks. And there was always this question, why would they do that? And our common thought was, well, they have all these executives that run Disney that live out in California, and they're just liberal jerks and they don't care. That's not the full story. They're getting paid by USAID, so they don't need people to use their business. They don't care because they're getting the USAID money. It's crazy. And what they get, what the deep state get is them promoting the trans agenda in their children's movies. That's it. It sure was, David. It's Disney sucks now. The parks suck now. I haven't been in a long time. But they're doing that through Hollywood and television news. So much of what we see on television, news, movies is all paid for by USAID, we're finding out now, to get their agendas through. That's why the media and television networks and such, they put out all this programming that alienates viewers because they don't care. They don't need advertisers or viewers. They're getting USAID money. They're just getting agendas out there. It's really crazy that this has been exposed. It is the biggest scandal by far of any of our lifetimes. You know, like that idiot Tom called me today. And he's like, you said this is bigger than Watergate. How could you say that? You hear what I said to him? I said, tell me what the crime was. And he said, well, they broke into the... So no one was hurt. No one was killed. No one was injured. So he's trying to tell me that a breaking and entering case brings down a presidential administration, that's bigger than this? That's insane. It is huge. It is, this story with USAID is, if you took every scandal that's ever been in this country involving politics or the media and put them all together in one, it would not equal this. Now, I'm curious as to when this started, because we know Kennedy started the USAID. So, but I don't know when they started doing what they're doing now. Maybe it was from day one. Maybe it was always a CIA company or organization. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, absolutely. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, that's right. What was the name of the guy on Wild Kingdom? Anyone remember? What was the name of the host of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Anyone remember? If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Mark, we don't even have the tip of the iceberg yet. We really don't. And I wish Marlon Perkins, that's right. No, Lauren Green had Wild Canada. Marlon Perkins was Wild Kingdom, and Lauren Green was Wild Canada. Brian cannot, Brian spelled with an I, by the way. Brian cannot criticize Israel, he'll be fired immediately. No, I could. Why would I criticize Israel? What have they done? Other than be victimized. They're a nuclear power. They've been, they've held back on what they could do. Well, I do believe there's going to be some high-profile arrests. Jim Fowler, I met Jim Fowler. Jim Fowler was the trapper on Wild Kingdom, and he lived here in Florida in a town called Okeechobee. And I was at at a bait shop with my dad buying fishing lures, and Jim Fowler came in. I couldn't believe it. Everyone was going nuts because Wild Kingdom was a big deal back then. Everyone's like, Fowler's here, Fowler's here. I was like, holy jeez. I don't remember what he looked like, but you know, whatever. But you know, the thing about this story, okay, there will be a high-profile arrest. And for people that say, oh, no, Senator Menendez just went to prison, okay? And he's a sitting United States, now he had to resign for the trial, but he'd been, you know, he just went to prison, and he was a U.S. Senator. So believe me, Pam Bondi's going to put people in prison over this. They've got to. It's too big. I am paid not to criticize Israel. I mean, you know, no. But if Israel wants to send me a check, I wouldn't turn it down. I mean, you know, why would I do that? But no, I don't get any Israeli money. Look at that. What are you, an anti-Semite? You're accusing me of getting money from the Jews? No, I don't get any money from the Israeli lobby. Oh my goodness. But they could send money if they want to sponsor the program. I'd probably take it. Cracks me up. Accusing me of taking money from the Jews. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, if you tap the screen twice, it gives a thumbs up. All right, I did not know that. Thanks for that. Jack Hanna from the Columbus Zoo. That's right. Is he still alive, Jack Hanna? I heard a story about him having Alzheimer's. Now we've got, the battery is dead. Our cats go nuts for this toy. This birdie's got a battery in it, and he tweets, and he hops around like this. And he tweets, they go nuts. They ran the battery dead. I'll have to put a new battery in there for you, Luna. You can come up. Come on, Luna. At this time of night, every night, Luna wants attention. Around 6 o'clock every night, Luna wants to be pet. I don't know what it is. She's like a clock. Well, thank you. Yeah, they are adorable. They're great cats. They're great cats, no doubt about it. They're having a great time. They love our back porch here. It's, you know, it's all screened in, so, you know. They think they're outside, but they're not. Oh, yeah, they're all very MAGA. They're all MAGA cats, no doubt about it. But, you know, you got to really wonder, because when the Politico story came, what I was wondering when the Politico story came, do the people that work at Politico know that they're getting the USAID money? And then I look at Fox and CNN and MSNBC, who aren't really breathing a word of the story, and they got to all know, or they would be talking about it. What would happen if the staffs at the news outlets didn't know about getting the USAID money? Individual hosts and reporters and producers would want to do the story, and then the management would have to come in and tell them they can't do that story. But none of them have been doing it, so they know. At least they know now if they didn't know before. You know, that's it. Well, listen, guys, make sure you subscribe. Now, remember, tomorrow is Open MAGA Mike Friday, so you can call me tomorrow on the show in the morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern, and talk about anything and everything on your mind. Okay, because it is Open MAGA Mike Friday. We call it Open Phones. The other 4 days of the week, you got to kind of talk about what I'm talking about when you call me. But Friday's show, the show prep is up to you guys, all right? Thanks for watching. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I'll see you next time.